So let's open this box and see what they sent me. So I've been working with the Clevelands for a number of years now. You'll notice a bunch of my builds are on YouTube. And oh, cool. O-scale 34-foot. Hey guys, it's your buddy Ron, and for my first review build of 2016, I was sent this O-scale 34-foot Lobster Boat kit. It's a waterline hull boat. That means that it doesn't have the bottom of the hull included in the kit. This is so that you can sit it on your layout and have it look like it's submerged in the water. This is a review kit. They sent me this kit to build and make this video and show you all. Okay, before I go shoving my foot in my mouth, let's get into this build here, shall we? So the way I decide how resin kit is compared on a level of quality is how much cleanup do I have to do the second I pull it out of a box. And many times you'll find a manufacturer who has old molds who has a lot of flash left over. But with Frenchman River, every kit I have ever received has the same flash profile. There is none. You know, some kits you actually get and the whole thing is flash. Like they didn't even try, you know, or you know, it's like they needed to sand this thing down and they didn't. So it's like twice as thick as it needs to be. That doesn't happen with the Frenchman River kit. Every time I get them, they're like this. And I've got multiple videos that are coming up or have already been published that show this stage of the build, and each and every one of them has very little flash. Okay, I know what you guys like, and you guys like it when I build super detailed kits. And what is this? These are lobster traps. And not only do you get lobster traps, but you get lobsters. A paddle, a little hook to pull your little lobster traps out of the water, the whole bit. You get a little, one of those little pulleys that, there it's on World's Worst Jobs or Crab Fisherman, whatever the hell that show is. What is it called? I can't remember. Anyways, these detail parts are in this kit. And, everything that you see in the photographs at the end of this build are in this kit. Except for the little photographic diorama that was made by me, For a fee, you can have one for yourself. Okay, so I am the kind of guy who doesn't like to deviate from the pictures on the model because I kind of want to either do better than the picture that's on the model box or, just represent like my version of that kit. Like to change the colors and stuff like that would change it all in my eyes. So that, it would be hard to see, if it's capable of becoming the model that is on the box, which is sometimes, kind of impossible. So we're going to follow along with the colors that are on the box. So I'm using Vallejo colors for my airbrushing, and also the brown wood, or the earth color, which that's what's called, earth. That's my representation of wood on this kit, and that's brushed on, but the rest of the Vallejo colors you see are airbrushed on. But I also use a navy blue, kind of like a darker blue. Like I had three blue colors, and I used the darkest of the three. And also crimson red, which is something I like to use as a base, and if I want to later on, I can add an action red or something that is much more punchy. So that's my colors that I picked. Now I just got this airbrush compressor. I'm using the airbrush every chance that I can get, and so we're, you know, like if you watch my videos, obviously you know that I always start with adding shadow. Like I always start by adding a dark color, and by using an airbrush I add a much lighter coat to the model, which is the benefit of using airbrush. You know, you've seen for years that I've been using spray paint as my base coat and subsequent coats, and it does allow for the detail to show through. There's nothing wrong with doing it, but taking your model to the next level means that you want to have all the details show through, so spray paint doesn't really cut it. So I have a little bit of paint left in the brush, so I just paint these details with the rest of the paint in it, you know, waste not, whatnot. Now I'm using Vallejo white for our boat color because, you know, like there is no, like, to make a marine boat you have to start with a crisp white, and then you can dirty it up in certain ways through weathering, but it has to be a crisp white. And also you notice that I don't have gloves on my hands, so I turn the model in such a way that I'm just grabbing at corners, and then at the last spot where I spray the last little bit of it, we leave it alone because we don't want any fingerprints on this model. And we also want to paint every piece in white. The cab, the boat, all the sections. Want to have a nice base coat so that we can paint our model on. Also, I want to paint in a direction from top to bottom so that there is a little bit of a shadow under the chair rail there, and even though it might be painted out, probably will be painted out later, philosophically I'm doing it that way and you're not changing it. Hear me? One last airbrushing trick, because I don't have many. Start your stroke past the model and finish your stroke after the model so that there isn't a little spot after each, you know, don't double paint. Okay, so that's enough of the painting lessons. I don't need to teach you how to use a brush, do I? So we used, starting with our crimson red, painting the lower hull, coming back with our navy blue, and then finishing off with our earth color for the wood portions. Gluing it together with CA glue. And all the little detail parts, you know, just work on those as you may. All the rest of the detail parts are very easy to handle. The lobster traps and the lobster cages were very easy to build. However, you know, I found it a little hard because of my visual impairment to put the strings into the lobster cages, but there is actually strings that I failed to put on fully. So this detail, the detail in this kit goes all the way. This is the 34-foot Lobster Boat by Frenchman River Model Works. So hey, thanks for watching this video, and if you want to check this kit out on the Frenchman River Model Works website, link is in the description below.